Angela and Michael were the kind of couple people rooted for. They met in college, fell in love fast, married young. She was loyal, he was charming, and together they seemed unstoppable. But time changes people, and sometimes love changes with it. A few years into their marriage, Angela began to notice things. Michael was pulling away. Their conversations turned surface level. He was working later than usual, and when he did come home, his phone rarely left his hand. Angela brushed it off at first, told herself he was stressed, busy, distracted. But one night, when Michael fell asleep on the couch, she picked up his phone. There were messages, dozens of them, from a woman named Elise. What began as flirtation had become an emotional affair. And what Angela didn't know was that Elise believed she was the only one. Michael had told Elise he was separated, that his marriage had been over for months, that he was only staying for the kids. Elise believed every word. Angela was devastated. She confronted Michael in tears. He apologized, swore he'd end it, promised to repair what they had broken. But promises are easy when you're desperate not to lose everything. What Angela didn't know was that he never truly stopped seeing Elise. And what Elise didn't know was that she had been lied to from the very beginning. When Elise found out the truth, everything shattered. She wasn't the new beginning. She was the other woman. And she was furious. Michael tried to calm her down. He told her it was complicated, that he needed time, that Angela was making it hard. But the truth was, Michael was playing both sides. He wanted to keep the comfort of his marriage and the thrill of his affair, and in doing so, he lit a fuse. That was already too short. One night, Angela received a text from an unknown number. "Meet me at Greenfield Park. I know what he's hiding." She assumed it was one of Michael's friends, someone with information. She didn't hesitate. She never came home. The next morning, Angela's body was found in the park. Stab wounds, defensive injuries, signs of a violent struggle. It didn't take long to trace the message back to Elise. In police interviews, Elise admitted to sending the text, but claimed it was never meant to be violent. She said Angela came at her first, that it was self-defense. But the crime scene told another story. Angela was unarmed. The knife had Elise's fingerprints. There was no sign of aggression from Angela, only desperation. The prosecution painted Elise as a woman scorned, fueled by betrayal and rage. The defense called her a victim of manipulation, a woman lied to by a man who broke two hearts with every word. But the jury didn't see a victim. They saw a killer. Elise was found guilty of second-degree murder and sentenced to 25 years in prison. Michael didn't attend the sentencing. After the trial, he vanished from the spotlight. No statements, no apologies, just silence. Two women entered his life. One ended up dead, the other behind bars, and he walked away without a single charge. Psychologists call this a classic triangle of betrayal. One person at the center, surrounded by devotion and deception. It's a formula that never ends well. In this case, it cost one woman her life, another her freedom, and left two children without a mother. When love becomes a game, someone always loses. But sometimes, everyone does. Angela deserved truth. Elise wanted clarity. Michael gave them neither. And in the absence of honesty, violence stepped in. This was The Broken Vows, Episode 2 of When Love Goes Wrong, brought to you by Curell Case Files. Subscribe for more stories of love, lies, and the darkest consequences they bring. Because sometimes it's not hate that kills, it's love mishandled.